What made you straight up nope out of a relationship? I was dating this guy Marcus for about 4 months. He seemed perfect at first. Good job, nice apartment, always paid for dinner. My friends all said I was lucky to find someone so put together. But there were little things that bothered me, like how he'd correct my pronunciation of words in front of people, or how he'd joke that I should wear more makeup when we went out to nice places. One Saturday, he invited me to his place to cook dinner together. I was excited because we'd never really spent time at his apartment before. Always went to restaurants or my place. When I walked into his kitchen, I noticed something weird. His spice rack was organized alphabetically, not just organized, labeled with a label maker. Every single jar had the expiration date written in red marker. In his fridge, all the condiments were lined up by height. The milk carton was facing forward so you could see the expiration date. Even his leftovers were in matching containers with dates and contents written on masking tape. I thought it was just him being neat, which I actually liked. My apartment was usually a mess, so dating someone organized seemed like a good balance. We were making pasta, and I accidentally put the oregano back in the wrong spot. Marcus stopped mid-conversation, walked over, and moved it to its correct place between the nutmeg and paprika. Everything has its place, he said with this tight smile. It's just easier when things stay organized. Then I grabbed the wrong knife to cut vegetables. He gently took it from my hands and replaced it with a different one. This knife is for vegetables. That one's for meat only. I started paying more attention to his apartment. The TV remote was positioned at a perfect 90-degree angle to the coffee table. The couch pillows were fluffed and arranged symmetrically. Even his bookshelf was organized by height and color. But the real red flag came when I used his bathroom. The toilet paper was folded into a perfect triangle at the end. The towels were hung at exact distances from each other. His toothbrush was positioned parallel to the sink edge. When I came out, I mentioned how clean everything was. That's when Marcus said something that made my skin crawl. I actually have a cleaning schedule. Bathrooms get deep cleaned every Tuesday and Friday. Kitchen counters get wiped down after every use. I vacuum in a specific pattern so the carpet lines stay straight. He pulled out this laminated chart from a kitchen drawer. It was a detailed cleaning schedule with check boxes and timestamps. He'd been checking off tasks and rating his performance on a scale of 1 to 10. My ex used to mess up my system, he continued. She'd leave dishes in the sink overnight or put books back in the wrong order. It was causing me a lot of stress, so we had to establish some ground rules. That's when I asked about his ex. Marcus got this distant look and said she couldn't adapt to his lifestyle requirements. She complained that his apartment felt like a museum instead of a home. Some people just don't understand the importance of maintaining standards, he said. I need a partner who can respect my organizational systems. Then he showed me a 3-ring binder labeled Household Management. Inside were floor plans of his apartment with arrows showing the proper traffic patterns, rules about which shoes could be worn where, a rotation schedule for which towels to use on which days. The final page was titled Guest Guidelines, and it was basically a manual for how to exist in his space without disrupting his routines. As we finished cooking, I watched him clean each dish immediately after using it. He wiped down the counter 3 times with different cleaning products. He actually pulled out a ruler to make sure the salt and pepper shakers were positioned correctly. When we sat down to eat, Marcus arranged his food into separate sections on his plate so nothing touched. He ate everything in a specific order. Vegetables first, then pasta, then bread. After dinner, I offered to help clean up. Marcus politely declined and said he had a specific system for loading the dishwasher that maximized efficiency and cleanliness. I watched him arrange every fork and knife in perfect parallel lines. He actually rewashed a spoon because it wasn't clean enough for his standards. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just being neat or organized. This was obsessive control over every tiny detail of his environment, and eventually he'd want that same control over me. I made an excuse about having to get up early and left before dessert. Marcus texted me later asking if I'd moved his couch pillow because it seemed slightly off-center. I never responded.